Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Apologies for being a couple of minutes late, had to get a few things sorted out, but hopefully it is all doing well. So we're back in Marwell Manor, and we're going to carry on pretty much where we left off last time. Just want to say a quick hello to people. Sneck and Cactus and Lossing P, thank you very much for your early support there, getting in before we've even started to stream. Thank you very much. Lossing P said, can't go all in today, got a road trip to plan. Yes, I've been watching, I've been seeing some of this road trip he's planning over on the Discord. So, yeah, he's got quite a road trip ahead of him. We've also got Ryan King, Non-Cutting Edge Gaming, Eric King, Ryan G, Stephen Parkinson, Julie Clark, Alexander Lewis, Andrea Flora, Bite Moose, Toxic Bravo, Andre Catrangio. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong. The Good Guy Nils, Mighty Boss 121 on PS4, Twin Cam Gaming, Writer Sepulus, Sasha Maximilian Muller, Chatterbox Callum, Jimmy J, Payne, Nitrous Fishing, Fish Tanks Gaming, and more. That's quite a mouthful. John Harnett, JC Gaming, Grizzly Bear Sims, Myopic Illumination, Blaze, Madman's Army. Hello, everybody. How are you all? This is absolutely fantastic to see you all here. Yorkshire Dano, welcome to the stream. Good, sir. So, yes, we've got several moderators here. For the record, Sneck and Cactus should be a moderator, but I couldn't get him added in time, unfortunately. So I'm very sorry about that, Mr. Sneck. But there are quite a lot of people. So am I going to do a multiplayer at some point? Yes, I am going to do a multiplayer. We have a multiplayer server, and that you can find details for that on the Discord channel. So head on to the Discord channel, you find all the details of our multiplayer server, and the next live stream in 2 weeks' time, hopefully, will be on our multiplayer server. So, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, we've got a little bit of grass that we're planning to do today with our pink and yellow voucher that we got last time. We've also got, I'm just going to switch over to over here. We've also got our combine is busy working in the field over here. We're going to finish this harvest off so that we've got a bit of straw over here. And mostly we're going to be looking at the Anderson DLC. I was very, very fortunate. I was given a brand new key for it from Giants. They very, very generously provided me with a key so that I can show you all. Dog Rocket, thank you very much for your support as well, sir. That is absolutely awesome of you. Seriously, you guys are donating before I've even started a stream. How do you know that I'm not going to just, like, take your money and run? You know, seriously, I've not even started yet. I'm literally just unloading a tank. That's it. We're just unloading a combine. I've not done anything else. But thank you very much for your support. It really does make a huge difference. It is absolutely awesome of you. So let's just fill this bad boy up here, and then we'll get out of the way. Yeah, we'll let that one carry on. And we'll go and move this one. I'll just show you very quickly in the shop. If we have a look in here, you can see we do have our baling technology. I also need to point out that I do have a cold. Many of you will already be aware that I have a cold this week. And, yeah, so I will probably have to stop and cough and splutter and blow my nose. And also, you may hear all sorts of disgusting sounds coming out of your microphone, or my microphone, out of your speakers, at various points during this live stream. So just I'm giving you fair warning. So we've got the extractor stuff over here. These ones I'd really like to quite look at. There's a wrapper right there that does round bales, I believe. And then we've got these various different bale collectors. That's a square one there. This one does round bales. This one does round bales. This one over here does square bales. 14 on that one, 16 on that one, which is the same as the one that we have access to. That one does 24. That one does 24. Doesn't one of these have like an option to do more than 20? Or maybe not. No, it just 24. It does 3 lots of 8, doesn't it? So yeah, I'd really like to use that one, but that does mean us having to do a round bale session, which wasn't quite something I want to do. And then we've also got this one here that does the new the other new stuff. So there's loads of different things. Like this here does the poplars. I'd like to try doing that one if we can. I'd like to try using the extractor. We'll go for one of these. Doesn't really matter which. I suppose we could do the square ones. Do some square ones on there. We can see... I mean, that's the one I'd really like to see working, but we can do with that. We don't have to have that one. We can just have a look at one of these others, and we can do some square bales. And then we could also do the square bales on that one, so we don't have to worry about, making round bales. That would be one easy way to get round it. Animal technology was the other bit that we had some stuff. There's just a straw chopper right there, and then you've got a couple of larger mixers. You've got one there at 23,400 and one at 29,393. Now, if you're just putting bales in, I'm not sure. I can't remember if you need 30% straw or if you can go up to 35% straw. If it's 35, I think you can put 3 bales of straw in that one. No. 2 bales of straw in that one, and I think you can put 3 bales of straw in that one. Can't really remember now. I did work it out, but now I can't. It's completely gone. This is completely gone out of my head. I can't remember at all. This is that one, and there is a forestry item as well, which was... Where is the forestry stuff? I'm probably staring right at it. Let's go back over this way a minute. Forestry, discs, cotton. I wonder if it's in alphabetical... No, it's not in alphabetical order. Just forestry equipment. Right above the animals. Is that one there as well. You've got a small trailer there. It's a lot different to the one that we've already got. It is a little bit, just not hugely. So there's that one right there. We're not going to worry about that one. So anyway, that's some of the new stuff that is currently on offer. The combine will carry on there for a minute. I've got 25. I'm going to go and empty this trailer out. And then we'll bring it back, and then once we've done this, we can then carry on with the mowing in the other one, and with the Valtra and the mowers that we've got there. We'll get that mowing done, and then we can get that road up, and we'll be able to start doing something there. The one other thing that I was thinking of doing, I think we'll have to do the baling first. We'll have to get the baling on the straw field up there out the way, and then once we've done that, then we ought to be able to go back through and plant a little bit of poplars around the edge of that field, which means that we will then be able to go back through and test out that new baler. It will mean fast forwarding a load of time to get the poplars to grow, but we might be able to do it. I'm hoping. Right. Close that one down there. So while I drive back up, just trying to have a look at the chat at the same time as I drive. It's very difficult, sort of trying to do the two. Ryan King would like a class DLC next. I agree. I think a class DLC would be very cool. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought class DLC would be fairly high on the list. I'm pretty certain that they will add a class DLC because of, little things that they've said and done and clues that they've kind of given us. So I am fairly certain that we're going to see one of them. I'm just, we don't quite know when it's going to be. Right, we'll leave that one there. He can carry on. And we'll go to you. Right, we've done 3 times around the outside of this field. Now, I could... Hang on. If I go to here... Actually, I want to go like that. Need to add grass. Growth. No, so... Right. It says it needs ploughing. But, because the field is actually like it is, I could get the hired help to go and do this field. In fact, I think I might do that. Right? It does mean that we've got to take that front weight off. So, if we lower them down a minute, I want to go... They shizish. Thank you very much. Supporting one of my favourite video makers. Cannot wait to see Anderson DLC stuff. Schnitzel. Easiest way to say the name. Well, I can cope with Schnitzel. They shiziz. Schnitzel. It doesn't look like Schnitzel, it's got to be said. But anyway, I can cope with Schnitzel. I'll say Schnitzel. I'm quite happy to. Thank you very much for your support, sir. That is absolutely awesome. It's fantastic. Don't read and drive for it. It can be dangerous, from Jet Coda. Yes, you're absolutely right. It can be dangerous. So what we're going to do is I'm going to swap that over to there, and I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to move that forward, leaving it dragging on the ground, which is probably not a good idea. And, no, I don't want to do that either. I want to go like that. And then I want to press Control B. I remember correctly on this. Like that. We want to go and get rid of this front weight a minute first. I'm doing this so that I can leave the hired help doing this, and that means that we can quickly finish up the straw field, and we'll be able to get a bit of baling done in there as well. Which we then got the option to do some other stuff with. I'm thinking what's going to be the fastest way of getting that baling done. Oh, one other thing that I will get just for this episode. I wasn't originally planning to do this on this map. I was planning to, we're going to do this map as much more realistically than I have done previously. But I am going to get the old government subsidy mod right there, which gives us 150,000 an hour. And I'm going to bring that one over, and we're going to subsidize our garden right there, like that. So there's 150 grand an hour for that one. Reason I'm doing that is because it's going to make our life a little bit easier to be able to get the Anderson stuff that we want to get. So let's just get this one hooked on here. It needs to go this way around. Helper C has a full grain tank. We will go and deal with Helper C in a minute, don't worry. Put you up. There we go. You are the right, yeah, you are the right way around. That's good. And then we'll get that one on there, and right, I think I'll go sort of like that, because you have not don't give me you completed your task. I'm not interested in your lies. I'm not interested in your excuses. We don't have excuses here on Marble Manor, here on Frithgard's farm. Right, I'm not the sort of employer that will put up with lame excuses like I finished my task. Right, it's unacceptable. So we've now jumped to £225,000 in our kitty, which is pretty good. This is a pretty good rate, I would say. I will just lower that one down and keep going. Right. What is he going to do? He's going to go over to here, and he's going to lift up. Is he going to carry all the way on over to the next bit, or is he going to try and turn around beforehand? He's going to keep going. You've got to love the way the hired help now works. You've absolutely got to love it. It's done really well, I think. I really do like the hired help these days. And he's going to turn. Yes, he's not going to try and do the outside round or anything silly like that. He's going to turn himself round like that, and he's going to go back into the crop straight away, and he's going to bring the back ones in, and look at that. Very neat and tidy. All the way through. Right, I think we can trust that person to be left with our pink and yellow voucher right there. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want this one. Right, so we'll go racing back up there. We've got a little bit of grain left there in the middle to do. We're going to need a baler. That's going to be our next thing, is we're going to need a baler. And I kind of like the idea of going to get a... getting a round baler to do this bit, and then having a square baler to do some of the other bits, so that we can test two of the different things. The only issue with this is that round baling does take longer, doesn't it? That's my only concern, is that round baling takes longer. I want to test the extractor thing. I definitely want to test that extractor thing, because it does look really, really cool. And just back this one all up like this. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Right. What else have we got? I know it doesn't look like Schnitzel, but when I made the name, it was pretty much a face roll on the keyboard. Another streamer that I used to watch would call me Schnitzel, so it stuck. Ah, I see. Right. That's they shizish. Schnitzel. All right, we'll stick with Schnitzel. That's really good. Lossing P super chat for a super YouTuber. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Thank you very much for your support yet again, sir. That is absolutely awesome. I am feeling a little better. My voice is still pretty poor, it's got to be said. I am still struggling to sort of talk in general, but it is definitely better than it was. I've been talking about starting some extra content on this channel, and I was hoping to do that this week, but with his cold I decided to ease up on my voice a little bit, and we will start that next week. So hopefully next week there'll be some additional content coming along. I haven't actually tried this round baler yet, so I think we're going to try that one right there. And I'm not a fan of round baling in general, so we're just going to lease this one, and then we'll return it after we've done all of our stuff. So we've got that one there. So we're going to want a round bale handler, and this is going to be for the straw. Now, this is the one that I'd really want to see, right? That one. This one does 24 bales, and this one picks them up really quickly, dumps them on there, and that's absolutely fine. But this one here is specifically designed for the careful handling of wrapped bales. This one is actually built and designed for the handling of wrapped bales, and it's also quite cool the way that it unloads. It leaves them out on the ground. I don't know if it's got like two choices for that. This one here, I'm pretty sure, only like lifts them up into the air and then dumps them upright, I think. I'm not really sure about this one. Wondering if we should test them both. I'm thinking maybe we'll just test them both. We'll lease it. We won't buy anything. We'll release that one right there. And then we might go back and we'll test the other one as well. So we'll come back out of there. And we're going to probably want to have a look at those. And we're definitely going to want to have a look at these. So you've got that one right there. Inline wrappers used to wrap multiple bales. You do need to get something to load this up with. You can't just do it by itself. So we want that one there, which is one that's got the square bale option on it. So this is definitely the one we want. But there is, I think there was another one, wasn't there? Isn't there one in here? Cotton, forestry, mowers, skid, front loaders, sugarcane, beet, potato. Doesn't come under tractors, does it? Because it's like self-propelled. I'm sure it's supposed to be like self-propelled, not trail. I might have this completely wrong. I might be barking at the wrong tree with this bit completely. But I thought that it was supposed to be like a thing. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe I have just, that's the two that we've got. That is the two that we've got. Okay, so I got that bit wrong. So it's these two right here. It's that square one that we want. It's the one with the square bales, because we'll do our silage as square bales, and then we can wrap it all up with this one. So we want to get that one right there. Foil color, I'm going to go for the black foil color, and we will lease that one as well. Yes, thank you very much. Back, and right, well, we are going to try and do something with that one. I don't know if we'll get to that in this stream. That might have to wait, because we don't have anything ready for it. And then I got these here by Stevie. It's just because they're 8,000 litres of bale rather than anything else. So I'm going to go for the class quadrant, because I like class quadrant. I think that looks look at this baler. Look at this beast. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't already got one, have I? No, I haven't. Right. You know, I'm just going to check in the garage and make sure that we haven't actually already bought something like that. I don't think we haven't. Okay, back, and we'll go to you, and I would seriously consider buying it. I'm going to lease it anyway. Okay, and back again. Right. That's enough to get us started. The combine has almost finished. He's got 56% in him at the moment. That's fine. So let's go and have a look at our tractor over here. That one is doing a wonderful job over here. We're going to want to get some more. I have to go, but love you, Frith from Noah Net. Thank you very much for dropping by. Dog Rocket. Dog Rocket, you're supposed to be a moderator. You are supposed to be a moderator. I distinctly remember adding you as a moderator, and you're not a moderator, and I don't understand why. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I really have no clue on that. But anyway, someone else say that they've got to go? Probably. Non-cutting edge gaming wants the big bud. I will possibly. No, I don't. I'm going to rule out the big bud on this one. I don't think the big bud is going to fit on here. What else have we got here? How long have you got the DLC for already? I got the DLC from Jetcoder. I got the DLC given to me earlier today. So there's no videos yet. I chose not to make a video. I chose to save my voice a little bit. Instead of trying to make a video with it. And I thought, no, we'll put the DLC into this live stream. I thought it would just work out a bit better if I did it like this rather than trying to do anything else. Trying to do anything too fancy. It just didn't seem like I didn't want to take the chance. And we're just going to enjoy the view of this wonderful Massey Ferguson Activa. I keep wanting to say Activia, but that's something else entirely. While I have a drink. Right. The drink is drunk. Just going to press H on there a minute, and we're going to anchor that one round and get this little bit of crop right here to start you up. And then we've got one tiny bit to go and do over there, and then this field is done. So then we're going to want the baler dog rocket. Thank you very much once again for your support, sir. You know, I did forget to add you as a moderator. You don't have to. I didn't do it intentionally. Hit the like button, he says. He says hit the like button. You better do what he says. You don't want to cross him. You don't want to cross Dog Rocket. You better hit that like button. We'll just go and get this little bit up here, like that. Right, I'll take you. I'm going to try and do this manually. I'm going to go. I'm going to like completely go out of my comfort zone here, and I'm going to try and do this manually if I can. We'll see if we can. One last comment before I go. How can your drink be drunk, Frithgar? I drunked it. That's how. I lifted it up and I drunked it. I drinked it. See, that's how it can be. That's about as accurate a description as I can get for you, I suppose. Let's just lower that into there. Am I going to get this all in one go? Have we got this right? Look at that. Look at that. It's been probably 15 years since I sat in the seat of a combine, but I can still do it. I've still got it, despite being the ripe old age of 38 years. And, you know, obviously my faculties have started to go in my old age and things like that. And this is where I get into trouble, because I know that so many of you on these streams are older than I am. But yes, I've heard that it all starts to go downhill after 38. Although, to be honest, people said it all starts to go downhill after 37, when I turned 37. And they said the same thing when I turned 36 and 35. It's really funny, this. Every time, it seems to progress a year. And then I also get people tell me that I'm going to grow up fairly soon. Now that I'm getting older, I will grow up fairly soon and stop playing computer games. However, I look at some of you who follow me who are old age pensioners. You know, I say this. You know, I'm not sort of I'm not trying to mock or be mean in any way. But you are substantially older than me, and you are all still playing computer games. It gives me great hope. Seriously, my heart leaps with joy when I see someone who's 75 years old still following my channel and still playing games themselves. It's awesome. It gives me hope. I need never grow up. Ever. I did say this on a video earlier this week. Frith, would you consider doing a video for Conan Exiles just as a catch-up? I would consider it, and I have considered it, but generally when I've asked the question about Conan Exiles, I've not had a lot of, like, positive response for it. You know, a few people have expressed a little bit of an interest. But generally speaking, there's not been very much interest at all in Conan Exiles. It sort of seems to be something that most people aren't all that interested in. I haven't, you know, I've done some stuff on there. I have been doing some stuff on there in my own time, but I honestly, I don't think, like, the range of building stuff that's available on there, I don't think there's enough there to particularly interest that many people. The Feed Guy 29, very happy unbirthday. Thank you very, very much, sir. That is an incredible show of support. That is absolutely fantastic. I really, really appreciate that. That is awesome. 38 is No Age from Uppsala Haas Muckstead. He did tell me what to call him some time ago, and I can't remember what it was. Is No Age. I'm older than my kids now. You're older than your kids. Huh? I'm older than my kid. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. You're... What? I'm older than your kids? You're old... Your kids are older than me? Maybe your kids are older than me. Growing up is compulsory, growing old isn't. I think it's the other way round. I think growing old is compulsory, but growing up isn't. That's the way I view it, anyway. I may have this completely wrong. And we will go to there. Now, I was adding horses in to everybody that was donating, but generally, when I was doing this in the last stream, almost everybody that donated was telling me not to add a horse. And we've got the horses on here, so I wasn't actually planning to do the horse thing today, purely because I didn't want it to take up the time. I want to try and keep things moving along as fast as I can in today's stream, purely so that we can get to looking at as much of this Anderson DLC as we possibly can. Lossing P, I have a good friend from New Zealand who is 70 years old and plays Battlefield 4 every night. Thank you very much for your support once again, sir. That is absolutely awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. The body might be old, 63 from Nigel Pipe, Blue Dragon 56, but the mind is still that of an 18-year-old. Yeah, I suspect we've all got the mind of an 18-year-old somewhere beating within us. And a heart. Just, yeah, the body gets more... I have noticed that it's a little bit... Now that I'm 38, compared to when I was 37, it takes a little bit more coffee to get me going in the morning. It's just a little bit more of a struggle. When will I finish my serial of FS19 time-lapse? Your last episode is number 17. No, last episode is number 18. I don't add them to the playlist until the following week. It's just easier. All of my videos are like that. I don't add them to the playlist until the next one is done. I do the same with the time-lapse. So there is a number 18. That one's out. The number 19 is being released this Sunday. So there is another one. It just doesn't get tagged onto the playlist until the next one gets released. And I know that might be a little bit confusing for some. But, yeah, I do try to do that. And... that one's going... We'll let that one carry on, and it can go and just tidy up that little triangle afterwards. But it's still doing a grand job up here. So we will run up to here, and we'll use the John Deere now. So what do we got? We've got a 6320R. What horsepower does this bad boy have? That's something. We could have a look at that. What have you got? Do you have the required horsepower to pull what I want you to pull? You, right there, are 280 horsepower, and the least items there you require 180. You should be on that one, 110. Oh, that's easy. Right, we'll go and get that one and bring that one back here, and we will do straw round bales in this field, and then we'll do the square bales over in the grass field. We're going to have to row it up first. Rowing it up shouldn't be an issue. I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. It shouldn't be. I'm really hoping that we're not going to have any issue with that. So far, we are 30 minutes in. That gives us an hour and a half to get a load of bales down and to get to looking at some of this DLC. The mowing is the most important. As soon as that mowing is done, we need to get a rake into that field and start raking that one up so that we can get the inline wrapper going on there, because that is our top priority, is getting that inline wrapper going. I know I've gone and missed my turning. I want to go back up round, so we'll do that in a minute. We want to get that inline wrapper going, and we want to wrap a tube of silage bales, and then we want to take one out at the end, and we want to see what the silage is like when it comes out the end. We don't have any animals over here that we can actually use the silage on, because the sheep don't take silage, do they? Sheep are grass only. We've got, at the moment, we've got 49 black sheep, and then we've got our horses over here. We're ignoring the horses, we're not doing anything to them, but it's grass or hay for sheep. The only animal that takes silage is actually the cows. So maybe we could sell some of the silage bales, because we don't have cows, and the only issue I've got with cows... Oh, hang on a minute. No. I was... Ah. Ooh. Ah. Yes. Pigs are over there, and chickens are over there. I was thinking that cows were over at the South Hughes barn. They're not. Cows... yeah, chickens... I thought the cows was there. Cows are over here. So we could actually get cows back this side, and we could do stuff with the cows. We can put silage in for them. We might do that. Right, well, we won't worry about it right now. Next up, we want to drop that one in there. I know, I'm not supposed to be doing that while I'm driving along. This is supposed to be a map where we do things a little bit more seriously, a little bit more sensibly, and that was going to be the idea of it, because I've done quite a bit of messing around silly on different maps. So we were going to be a bit more sensible on this map, and now I'm racing around like a lunatic, but... we've only got an hour and 25 minutes to go and have a look at this DLC. So, oop, well, I'm going laggy there. We want to go racing back this way up towards the shop, and we need to go and pick up the DLC, the stuff up there. We're 28. You were late. Ah, that is a fair point. Jimmy J does make a fair point. We are 28 minutes in, Frithgar. You were late. We want our 2 hours. So I will run until 10:05. Provided my voice can take it. Now, you're just going to have to bear with me. I'm going to put my hand over the microphone while I cough, but I do I really need to cough. Right, I have coughed, feeling a little bit better-ish. Okay, yes, I'm feeling much better now. Right, I do apologise for that. I will, let me just back you up here. So I've not actually used this one at all. Not since FS19 came out. Not used this one at all. So we're going to try this bad boy right here. Considering how much money we've got 200,000 now. I don't think we need to keep that other one. No, I want to go to the garage, like that. I want to go to owned items. We don't want to keep that one, so sell that one. Yes. Okay, right. So we don't get any more. We got 1 hour's worth of government subsidy from that. We don't need to be getting any more from that, I don't think. Smoodalini is saying honey, 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 honey. He's not calling me honey. He keeps telling me to consume honey. David Kosick said, Frithgar, what is your favourite game for your channel? For example, FS19 or World of Warcraft? That's actually a tough call, right? My favourite game tends to change from week to week, to be quite honest. Farming Simulator 19, I haven't been overplaying it. Partway through FS17, I got completely fed up with playing that game, right? I absolutely got fed up with playing it completely. I hated the game. I couldn't stand it for a while, but I've gone past that, and I do really enjoy... Oops, no, I want to start you up like that and lower you down. There we go. I do really enjoy playing this game, and... I'm just trying to think what would be my favourite game at the moment. Now, I also really love playing World of Warcraft. It's difficult to pick out an actual favourite game. It genuinely is difficult for me to pick out what I would call a favourite game. Because I just like so many different games. I genuinely do. I love so many different types of games. It's genuinely difficult for me to pick one out that would be a favourite. If I got to physically unload this... oh, I do. Right. So it automatically goes onto there, but I don't have to stop for it quite so long on this compared to a normal round baler. I like that. I do like that. So we just kind of stop there for a minute and let that transfer over like that, and then it closes down, and then I can do that. Is it going to... It's not rolling away. The pickup is a bit wider than that horrible New Holland thing as well. Okay, I'm starting to like this. This baler here is not nearly so bad as I thought it might be. Definitely not as bad as that horrible little New Holland thing. I don't like that at all. So, let's see. What would be my favourite game? I genuinely can't say what is my favourite game. I genuinely couldn't pick out which one is my favourite. I finished recording the Subnautica. I finished recording that now for the time being. I think you guys have got a couple episodes of that left, and then there won't be any more for a little while. One of the reasons I'm not doing any more for a little while is because I've gotten fed up with it as well. There's no sort of new content on this. There's not like a lot of new stuff for us to do in it. So yeah, I'm quite happy to. I'm happy to move on from that one. But I'm also really looking forward to going back to it when there's a load more content. I'm honestly, I can't really say. I will be starting 2 new games next week, I'm hoping. I'm hoping I'll be starting 2 brand new series on the channel next week. And these are going to be Factorio. I'm going to start a Factorio series now that 0.17 has come out, which is absolutely... I love that game. That's probably my favourite game at the moment, but that's the one I'm playing in my downtime. Tends to be the one I play in my downtime is the one that is my absolute favourite game. But I don't play games on the channel that I don't like myself. If I've gotten fed up with the game, I will very quickly wrap the series up and be done with it, because I can't fake enjoyment for a game that I'm not into. So that's why I find it so difficult, this idea of picking out a favourite. So yes, I've got... I would say Factorio is probably my favourite. I also have been very fortunate to have been given a key for that brand new Factorio-style game, Satisfactory. So that one I will also be starting a series for next week. I was planning to start a series for both of those this week, but my voice, my cold and everything, it just didn't work. Yes, Smoodalini, the great Drago Bear, has pointed out that I don't like tea. I am a Brit that doesn't like tea. Tyrone H, thank you very much for your support, sir. That is absolutely awesome. Happy belated birthday, Frithgar. P.S. You are the best. No, sir, you are the best. That is absolutely awesome of you. It's genuinely brilliant. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, this one's picking up backwards. I didn't even know it did that. Right. Carry on there. Right, so I don't know, how many bales have I done? Let's have a look. We need to have a look. No. There. But 8. Okay. I thought we'd done a bit more than 8 bales. So yeah, this is taking a while. We want at least 24 bales so that we can just test the round baler thing. Right? That's what we want. We want at least 24 so that we can test the round baler thing. I'll just finish one more bale a second. And when I finish one more bale, we've got to go and get that voucher, and we've got to just move it over to the other bit of grass, and then very quickly after that, we're going to need to go and get the rake so that we can get that field being raked up as well. So let's just skip over to you. Alright. We've got quite a bit here that's still in need of mowing. So we'll leave the long bit down there for a minute. And what I'll do is, if I go up this way, Bite Moose says you can't go wrong with a good cup of tea. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I can't stand tea. It's horrible stuff. My wife, Leia, she drinks it until she looks like it. Right? She drinks gallons of stuff. Me, I'm a coffee drinker. I've always been a coffee drinker, and I always will be a coffee drinker. I'm not a fan. I don't like tea at all. I can't stand this stuff. It's horrible. Right. Going a little bit further, and are you going to go? Yes, you're going to do just fine. And We will leave that one there. He should now carry on and do that. So we don't need to worry about the rake just yet. Although it would probably be a good idea if we went and got one and brought one. You know what we'll do? I'll leave that one there because we're closer to the shop with this tractor than we are with any other tractor. So I'll run this one back to the shop and we will get ourselves a rake. And then we'll bring that one back up, and then that can go, so the voucher can just drop the mowers into that sort of store area, and then we can run the, he can swap over onto the rake in there. So he should be able to keep going. The idea is we want to keep that field, the grass field needs to be kept moving. So long as we keep that field moving, the straw doesn't matter quite so much. We should be able to get 24 bales without too much trouble, and we've already got the bale collector here ready for the 24 bales, so that's not going to be an issue either. So we get to there, and I want to go here. Windrowers, right? What have we got in the way of windrowers? We've merge max there. Dog rocket, get some cold. Go get some cold medicine. I've actually got some. I've got some. If you have a look on my Instagram, I do have an Instagram. Ooh. Do I go for that one? I've not tried that mod yet. No, let's not go too fancy. We'll go with something that we know works rather than risking a mod today. We'll just go for something that we know, base game that we know works and is reliable. So we'll go for that one right there. It's a bit overkill, really, for this map, but I'm quite happy with that because it means that the bales should bale up a little bit faster. But she's seriously considering using this on the straw field for a bit as well. That might speed things up a little bit. You know, I think that might not be a bad idea. If we were to use this on the straw field, then we'd be able to throw some bales together, wouldn't we? I'm liking this idea. How many would that put together? I'd probably only do 2 rows into one, though, wouldn't it? Hardly worth it. We'll get this one over to the other field ready for the voucher. No, it's on my Instagram. I actually put a picture up. I got a lovely, great big bottle of Cavonia Dry and Tickly Cough Linctus. Contains glycerol. Now, I'm not really up on my chemical names, but I love the fact that it's got glycerol in it because, you know, nitroglycerine. I know that they're not quite the same, but they sound similar. So it's yeah, it makes me think it's potent stuff, and it's non-drowsy as well. So while I'm going along here, I'm actually going to take a swig. I don't think you're supposed to swig the stuff from the bottle. It says like 4 teaspoons per day. I tend to just drink it out of the bottle. While I've got a cold, and it does keep my voice box fairly oiled up, which is that's the whole point of it. That's the only reason I keep drinking this stuff. So let me have a little swig of that. Oh, right, that's better. It has a little bit of a kick to it. It's not bad. And there's another one that they do that's got menthol in it. Oh, my goodness me. The menthol version, that one really has a kick to it. Right? That has a serious kick to it. That does. Right, so we've left that one there. And I'm just going to go straight... I'll take this one straight back to the baler. We keep an eye on our voucher up there. He's still going. He's still going strong. We'll keep half an eye out for that one when he stops, and then he can go over and he can do the other bits. So what are we up to now? We are 45 minutes in. We should be good for testing all of the DLC stuff today. The only bit we're not going to be able to test, I don't think, is the poplars. That we'll have to have a look at some other way. I was seriously considering like just buying a field and doing it like that, and I thought, no, we won't do that. I do want to try and keep this particular save for doing the live streams. You know, we are going to attempt a multiplayer live stream in 2 weeks' time on the server that we've got over on the Discord. There's details down below for the Discord, by the way, if you'd like to go and have a look. If you're interested in joining, the server is a multiplayer server. It's open to everybody. I would say don't get your hopes up, because I don't generally have time to hop on and play, unfortunately, but all of the other characters that you can see in the chat, all of the moderators here, and a lot of other people as well, they do regularly play on there, and there's some fantastic screenshots coming off that server. It's absolutely brilliant, and who knows, very occasionally I will also hopefully have time to get on there and play. Come and join the Discord, and you can find opportunities on there for being able to earn your way into the Great Book of Names. And when I go to do live streams, when I'm doing multiplayer live streams on the server, those will be reserved for people who are in the Great Book of Names. That's sort of my... Beyond the Great Book of Names, I use that to name people in my series. I name anything that needs a name in any of the series that I do. But my way, an extra way of sort of saying thank you to everybody who's gone above and beyond, one way or another, and earned their way into the Great Book of Names, they will have the opportunity to play with me on the FS19 server when I do the multiplayer live stream. So we're going to be testing that in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be our first one. Incidentally, if you play World of Warcraft, my first actual multiplayer live stream will be next week on World of Warcraft. So if you're in our World of Warcraft guild, you will have the opportunity to come along and join. If you're not in there yet, then by all means come and join, and you will get the opportunity to join us on the live stream. The idea is that we're going to attempt to do some old raids as a guild and see if we can't make ourselves a little bit of guild history. Get a few of the guild achievements done and out of the way under our belt, and do them all together. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to trying it, so we will have to see. Slow down a bit. On a little bit more. On a bit more. There we go. Right. So, how big is that? I need to have a look. I need to know, how big is this wind right here? So it's 14.8 meters, and our combine is 7.6 meters. No. It's 15 meters for 3. I was wondering if we'd be able to quite reach across 3 windrows to be able to put 3 into 1 with that rake, but I don't think we can quite reach it. We would be able to do it with the Crone Swadro, I think. That one's a bit bigger. But not with that first one. We'd be able to do 2 into 1. 2 into 1 would be fairly easy. But still. Right. This is why I don't like round balers, because they keep doing this. I want a continuous feed one. You know, like the what's it called? The Crone Ultima. The Crone Ultima, I think it is. That's a beautiful baler. As a continuous feed round baler, it's absolutely awesome. It really does work beautifully well. It's genuinely awesome. I love it. Our hired help has finished, hasn't it? How long ago did this finish? How do I get the feeling that this finished sometime previously? Well, fortunately, we're in the right spot right here. So we'll run down here and come down. Back up a little bit. Right, let's get that one over to there. And I'll bring you around like that. On a bit further. There and there. Right, now press H onto there. That one will lower down and he'll carry on. And there's not going... Going to go? Yeah, he's going to go. Right, he's doing all of it. Fantastic. Going to go up through there. I suspect he's only going to do one run. He's going to leave... He's going to leave a little bit there. Is he going to try and get that when he comes back through again? Possibly. That's going to be one of those that's going to cause it to do funny... You know what? We'll leave him go. If he's going to do funny things, he does funny things. That's fine. And we can carry on round here. How many bales have we done now? We'll have another look. Once we've completed this bale and we're just swapping it out, we'll have another look and see how many bales we've done. I want 24 bales just to be able to do a test with the straw bales. And then once we've done that test, that's one thing, you know, we've done some bales, we've done the test, and we've seen how it works. That's good. That's something that we want to do. Right. We're going to go to you. 15. We're getting there. We're getting there. We need another 9 bales. 9 more, and then we will have our first lot for that round bale collector. We'll be able to see how it works. So, anyway, I was talking about the Factorio and Satisfactory. With the new way that I've been doing the videos lately, I'm planning on hopefully starting... Well, I am planning on starting 2 new series onto the channel. because with the new way that I do things, I know it's not quite to everybody's taste, the way I do things. I do appreciate that. Honestly, I do appreciate that it's not quite to everybody's taste. A lot of you seem to be getting used to the idea of how I'm doing it, but I do appreciate that it's not to everyone's taste. But what this allows me to do is it's giving me more time to spend with my family in the evenings, which is a very important feature of it. Because I record now, I can record in a long session. I can do like an hour and a half, 2 hours on one game, and that's most of the week's recording all done. And then I can split it up. And by doing that and not doing separate videos, it saves me a huge amount of time over the course of a week. You wouldn't believe how much time this is saving me over the course of a week. I've only been doing it a week, and I've noticed a massive difference. It's going to allow me... I've had to like really ease up on my recordings this week, and I really had to space it out and be really careful how I did it, so that I didn't wear my voice out, I didn't hurt my voice. And even doing that, I still managed to finish well ahead of time. So I will be able to do an extra series. So I'll be able to do 2 extra series, an extra video every single day, I'm hoping. The 4th video per day won't be a guaranteed one. Sometimes I will skip that one. It just depends on how I'm doing. But generally, I'm planning to do up my output to 4 videos a day. We're going to start a Factorio series for every other day, and then in between will be Satisfactory, this new game, which I'm really looking forward to playing. I was so pleased that they gave me a key for that one. So, like I said, I wanted to start that this week. I wanted to get right on it. They'd given me the key, but I couldn't because of my cold. So, yeah, I can't help that. But yes, that's all coming next week. I'm not quite sure when. It will depend once I've gotten the recording started and got things ready for it and so on and so forth. Let me just get up to the end of this road, because otherwise it's going to bug me, and then we'll go back and we'll get the voucher. It said it finished. You should try to make the vid fade before the end of the episode. Right, I know that like the way that I end the episodes is not quite to everybody's taste at the moment, and I'm still working on it. I'm still sort of working on getting it quite right. I'm just like tweaking how I'm going to approach the different parts of it. So I do appreciate that at the moment it's, you know, it may not be quite right. I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm working on it. And I'm working on like different ways, and I was thinking of this, is that I could like just maybe fade out my last, rather than stopping. And what I've been trying to do is like find where I've taken, you know, stop to pause for a breath. Unfortunately, I don't seem to pause for a breath very often. I tend to talk continuously for a very, very long time. And it's... So it can be a little bit more difficult to like find a spot to stop the recording. But this is something that I was talking about with Senleia earlier today, actually. It was, you know, if I took like the last 10 seconds of whatever I was talking about and literally just faded it over 10 seconds from normal right down to complete silence, just faded myself out. Rather than stopping abruptly, fade myself out and then put in the finishing bit that I've, you know, recorded for each of them. You're all familiar with that now if you watch any of my other ones. So that's something that I've been really toying with and thinking that maybe we'll do it like that. But it's all kind of a work in progress. But yeah, I am really looking forward to being able to play Satisfactory. It's a game that I've been watching and it looks really, really cool. I'm genuinely looking forward to being able to get going on this game. And I was quite disappointed that my voice has been the way it's been this week, because I haven't been able to sort of really get started. I am thinking that I might just go and get started on it this weekend and take myself a good look at it, just to sort of see what it's like. I think that could be quite cool. Right, let's get this one going. And what we'll do with this, I think, is I'm going to just put the hired help going. We'll unfold it first, like that. You'll drive along quite fast while you unfold these bad boys. While you're unfolding the main arm, because of the way that it puts too much pressure on the tyres. So yeah, what I'm thinking is we'll bring this one round. Is it going to allow me to do this? Like, getting in that corner, that's going to be quite tricky, I think. I think that's going to be very tricky. Right, if I start there, I'm just going to press H right there. And we're going to see what it does. So we go to there. Not sure about that. Hopefully it'll go all the way round. Tyrone H. Did the super chat I sent earlier add me to the Great Book of... Yes, it does. Super chats will add you to the Great Book of Names. Once it's been sent by YouTube, it's kind of like a confirmed thing. So, yes, it does add you. I'll manually add you after. So, yes. That's kind of an idea that I'll manually add you into my book. Whether you'll appear, you may not appear on the actual website for several weeks. It does depend when I have time to go and update the website. That's a different matter entirely. But once you're in the book, you're in the book. That's it. And any donation does earn you in the book. There's other ways to do it for free. I will just hasten to add, you can do it for free, but donations do put you in the book. Right, so, yeah, that's kind of an idea that I had for the videos and how I'm going to be doing and editing them and so on. It's still a work in progress, but it does mean that we should be able to start getting some more stuff there. So but anyway, let's talk about Farming Simulator now. I've been rabbiting on about non-Farming Simulator stuff, and some of you are going to start getting irritated with that. I know. Right. It's actually doing all right. He seems to be coping, so we're going to leave this one to it now for a minute, and we're going to go back up to you. Right. And we're going to carry on with this one. Let's just see, how many have we done? 19 bales. We need another 5. We'll do a couple runs down through here, and that should be enough. I can already feel my voice starting to get a little bit tender. I can feel my voice box starting to get a little bit tender. And this is what I've been up against all week. And this is definitely why I've been really glad that I started the new video format this week. Because, you know, normally at cold, I don't get this issue with my voice getting sore and painful to talk. Normally, it's just I've got an irritating cough. So this week has been, like, quite alarming. And I've been really glad that I've changed sort of the way I've been doing things. So we're going to do the 2 hours. But, yeah, I may start to get quite croaky towards the end of it. Don't worry, though. I've got an entire weekend now to recover. I won't be doing any talking now for a whole weekend, and I'm hoping by next week everything will be absolutely tickety-boo and wonderful. Of course it will. It'll be absolutely perfect. There will be no issues whatsoever. Let's bring that down to there, and I can already tell some of you getting worried. Smoodalini, stop panicking. Don't worry. Get Sen to say hi then, and it will be your fault. Yeah. If Sen comes and says hi, it will be my fault. I will just say, now I know that a lot of people do want Sen to come and talk. And you want to come and talk on the mic and sort of say hello on the live streams, that sort of thing. She's been panicking about the fact that she's going to have to talk when we eventually get to 100,000 subscribers. For some reason, you know, I did talk previously that one of the reasons that I was, you know, changing the way that I do the videos and everything was because my subscriber count seems to have just, like, flatlined. And it has. It's just kind of leveled off. It's stayed to say it's barely changed for about 8 weeks now. It's really strange. It's just been continuously rising for a couple of years, and then suddenly it's leveled off. And it's not going to... She's really glad at the moment. She's really, really, really glad. And she's got a genuine fear of people. You know, it's a genuine phobia, and so a lot of people do have it. Of people listening to her talk. She doesn't like talking on the phone to people. She doesn't like doing any of that. So when the old videos on my channel, my old Minecraft videos. Now this is really old stuff. This is you know, this is way back when we were learning how to make YouTube videos, right? That's just keep that in mind if you go and watch them. But she does talk on those. She talked on them because she didn't think that very many people would ever watch them, other than maybe a couple of our nieces, and that would be about it. She certainly wasn't expecting it to take off like this, and I was hoping it would, but yeah. So she didn't like doing it then, and she definitely doesn't want to do it now. Once we reach 100,000 subscribers and we get the silver play button, there will be a video produced of myself, my two sons, and Senleia all doing an unboxing video, and she will be in that one. You will see Senleia, you'll see my sons, you'll see me, and she will be talking in it as well. She's genuinely terrified of making this video, and it may be the only video she ever appears in on this channel. That one will actually be posted onto the other channel, the Frithgar 2.0 channel, because I know that some people don't actually want to see a face reveal video, which is absolutely fine. And I don't intend to be sticking, once I reach that 100,000 and I do a once I reach the 100,000, I don't plan to be sticking a camera in the corner and be filming myself, because the last thing that you lot want is to see me picking my nose and scratching my butt all day. So I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to. It's not happening. Right? I'm not doing it. So don't go expecting cameras all the time once I do get there. But there will be, like on Instagram, you'll probably have more pictures of me. And there'll be like the occasional video where we'll have my face in it on the Frithgar 2.0 channel, that sort of thing. Dog Rocket, thank you very much for your support once again, sir. That is absolutely amazing. Cornish Ants, will she show up for the 1 million unboxing? If I get to 1 million subscribers, I suspect Senleia would come along for the unboxing. So she could... Oh, we got 27 bales. We've got 27 bales. We're 1 hour in. We're halfway through. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to just stop this one over here. And stop that one there. And lift that one up. We can unhitch. We can leave that one at the top of the field right there. Before I go racing off, I'm going to go over and I'm going to have a look. How are we doing? This one's doing a really good job. I mean, yeah, he's going through the fence, the hedge back there. So, you know, it could be argued that there's room for improvement in places on here, but overall, he seems to be doing a pretty good job. Ooh, I'm wondering, what's he doing down the other end? Not really sure. Right. Well, he seems to be doing all right at the moment. He's done a few runs on here, so that's fine. So let's go back over to the John Deere. And we need to go and get ourselves a bale trailer. So we should be able to pick up 24 bales with this one. And it should stack them all up into kind of a pyramid formation. And this is the idea of it. Right, I am going to have a little drink here. Time up for me this evening, Bite Moose. Thank you very much for turning up, sir. I really appreciate it. It was good to see you here. Oh, wait a minute. Dog Rocket, you're now showing up as a moderator. You weren't before, but now it's come up. You've got the little bit beside your name. So I don't know why. I don't know why that's chopping and changing. Unless you... Can you switch it on and off yourself? Maybe that's something. Maybe you switched it off yourself. Right, okay. That's fine. Just as long as it's working now, I'm quite happy with it. Right, so we want to get this one here. And it's this... I mean, look at this thing. This does look like a very... Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Blocked by... That's not blocked by an object. That's moron has driven into a tree. What have you done? Oh, you idiot. Yeah. Moron has driven into a tree. That's what that is. If I... You know what? I think maybe... it would be an idea if we drove around the outside. Now, we're going to have to try and sort of gather in some of this, like this. Because in places, it's sort of kicked it back a bit, hasn't it? Not all, actually, not very much. This bit here is not going to be quite so bad. We'll go once around the outside of the field now, and we'll just tidy it up. And it looks like in places we may have to do a bit more than that. We won't worry about the other bits. Not today, I don't think, because we're not going to have time to worry about it. We'll just do this bit, and we can worry about doing the tidy-ups in our next stream that we come back to this map with, and just kind of make sure that then we get the neat and tidying bits, because otherwise we're going to run out of time. I want to be able to do a line of bales on this map. Alright, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to use that thingy, that X tractor thing, and I want to be able to go in and around there. There we go, right up through there. Wait a minute. Smudolini, what are you doing linking those old videos? He's not supposed to be linking old Minecraft videos on here. He's really not. Those are really old videos. They're really, really old. They're bad videos. They're not good videos. They're not. Duck Zorley has turned up. We have Duck Zorley here. It's very early in the morning for you, isn't it, Duck? It's like, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. or something obscene over there where Duck Zorley... He's in Australia, by the way. Duck Zorley is an Australian, and it's a very long way from Tipperary, and it's very early for him. I don't actually know what time it is. The wall of mod comments. I'm trying to sort of look at what everybody's talking about at the same time as... yeah, there he is. Smudolini is just generally causing trouble by linking in the old Minecraft videos. What else have we got? What else? I think I will need to go soon. Jet Coder. That as the title. I can't see much else. What? Oh, yeah. I see what that one said. But yeah, Jimmy J has got a fair point. Someone there does definitely need to change their name. Why would you have your name like that? Honestly. And well, I'm not getting into that. I'm not going to get into that. Right, 8 a.m. Not here long. Got to take off. 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh, of course, you're in Eastern Australia, aren't you? It's Western Australia that it's quite a bit earlier. Patrio Gracemark, he's from Western Australia, and it's quite a bit earlier in the morning for him when he drops into the streams than it is for Ducky. So, yeah, we do have both of them, but yeah, we've got more. I was going to say both of them. We've got both of the Australians here. Apparently, there aren't any more than just the two of them in the whole of Australia. And yes, there are places in Australia where it may feel like that, but there are actually more than just two people living in Australia. So, yeah, Patrio and Duck Zorley, they're in rather different time zones. I'm not sure how many hours separate the two of you, but there are several. I know that there are several of you. Let's have a look at the Anderson DLC then. Yes, we will be having a look at the... I just want to do this one round around the outside, because this tractor's going to run into trouble if I don't. And once we've done that, we'll grab the trailer and we'll run that one up and we'll pick up our 24 bales that we can pick up with that one, and we'll go and put them neat and tidy down in the shed somewhere. Then we will be able to come back here. We'll get that class quadrant baler running on some of these runs here, and we'll put that going. Old Finnish Farmer, happy late birthday to both of you. Thank you very much for your support, sir. That is absolutely incredible of you. That is brilliant. Thank you. The Aussies that count are here. From Duck Zorley. Right. Brian, is there a link? Frithgar 2.0, there is actually. If you go to my main channel page, on the suggested channels, Frithgar 2.0 is listed on there. You can see it on there. But yeah, you can, on that one, there's not really very much on there at the moment. It's just like a few test things. I was messing around doing a bit of stuff with a a shredder for a little while, and I was also doing my son has done a video on there, so he's already got his face reveal. He did a little video. That's my youngest son, that one is. And then there's a few other bits and pieces on there as well. Right. Technically, there is already a face reveal video of myself in existence, and that's on this channel, but you've got to go and look for it. Don't go linking that one. There's no need to go linking that one. Right, that can carry on there. We want to go back to this one here. We've now got our Anderson DLC piece right here. So we get that one there. This takes up to 24 bales. So let's have a look at the controls first. Operating, I think it does it all automatically like the other one does. Just operating position. That's literally it. It's just operating position. It doesn't have anything else at the moment. I'm assuming that there will be other options once we get some bales on here, something like that. So we'll run that one back up to the field. We want to get 24 of the bales that we've done up there. And then we'll run them back down to the yard and we'll unload them down there so that we've got them sort of ready to roll. And the next thing will be getting some bales going with the quadrant baler so that we can start putting some of those in together on the next bit. Right, so I want to go there to the operating position. Here we go. See, this one here does take wrapped bales. I'm going to assume that what it also does, so we go into here, that it will pick them up like that. There. So it automatically turns them over, but if you remember, when you wrap round bales, it leaves them like that anyway, doesn't it? So that one will go like that. And then we go and we get the next one, and it will put it there right beside it, or it should do. There. And that will bring that one up, and then it will set it there like that. And it does handle them really, really well. And you can watch this working in real life. It's just really awesome. Now we can bring that one. Let's get rid of that map a minute. I need that one just for a minute. And then that one goes like that. So then this is the coolest part of this. Is it lifts that one up. And it does it all on an extension. And then it pushes the whole thing backwards. And it carries on. And it'll do this. It does it all the way through. So you do this and you get 8 loads of bales on there. Bring it up. It is a little bit slow, like moving those bales across. It's not the fastest, but you've got to keep in mind that this is actually designed for picking up wrapped bales. So we're able to pick up a wrapped bale here and carefully load it up without damaging the wrap on it. So you can just do this and you can put it down somewhere in the field. So that's what underneath. It's not slides or anything like that. It's just rollers down there. So it'll roll those through, and it will roll underneath the bales. So while we admire this one, well, I'm going to sort of zoom out a little bit like that, maybe. I'm loving this thing. Right, we'll move that back out the way. Let me have another drink a minute. Right, that's better. Let's just see. Cornish Ants said, would I like to keep ants like I did when I was a kid? I didn't keep ants when I was a kid. I kept ants when I was a grown-up. I kept ants, well, it's 8 or 9 years ago now. Sen doesn't like the idea of having the ants in the house, right? I had an ant terrarium in the house, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. You know, watch them going about their daily business, but she really, really didn't like it. And when it came to us needing to move stuff around to free up a room, there wasn't really a separate room that could stay closed that I could put the ants in, so I had to get rid of them, unfortunately. But yeah, it was something that I've kept them in the past, and I would like to keep ants again. I really would. I only had a colony of Lasius niger. I didn't have anything in particular. You know, it was nothing special. It was just a small colony of common black garden ants, for those of you who don't know what those are. So that's the ones here in the UK. That they're fairly omnivorous type of ants. You don't have to give them just meat. That they'll eat just about anything. And it's great fun keeping ants. And they're also a really good breed of ant to keep as a starter colony if someone is not very used to keeping ants. They are a fairly simple one to keep to start with. But yeah, I absolutely love. I really love social insects. I really like watching social insects and stuff like that. Right. What else have we got? What are you linking in here now, Smootho? He's a troublemaker, that one. I think the power of being a moderator has gone to his head, you know. Because you made them drive... I'm not really sure who's driving a pink tractor. Did you know that Thief Simulator is adding more jobs and content from Derek James? I didn't, actually. I will consider going and having a look at it. I did enjoy Thief Simulator, but towards the end the jobs got very repetitive and samey, and so sort of the end of it, I kind of like... whilst I did enjoy playing the game, I didn't feel that I was getting a lot of variable content for the channel. And that is another thing that I do need to sort of be aware of, is that sometimes the game that I like to play may not necessarily be suitable for doing recording. Even if it is technically suitable. Like, I will go sometimes and I'll have a Minecraft session where I'm just literally digging blocks out and for 3 or 4 hours. I'm quite happy to go and do that. You know, I quite enjoy doing something like that. So now we have all of this. So I need to put that back to the transport position, just like that, and then that one lifts up, and that goes to the bales on the side, like that. So now we've got unload bales. There's literally only one option for that. I thought maybe there was 2 options for how you unload it. No, there's not. There is, it's when you... I don't think you've got that option on this one. I think it's the other one that you've got this option where you can set the bales like in a line, or you can choose to dump them on the ground in a different way, so as the vehicle moves forward as the bales are unloaded, kind of like and the way that it drops them out onto the ground is very cool, because it does them all sort of standing upright. Now, I was thinking we could do it so that we drop the bales right where that trailer is. We'll do that, I think. We drop it where that trailer is, and we just... How are you doing? You don't have access to this. I am really starting to worry about this guy. Right, I'm genuinely starting to worry about what exactly he's thinking. I don't know. Let's not ask questions. Let's just not ask questions. He's obviously having a bad day, and we've got too much else that we need to do. So we'll take this bad... You know what? I'm seriously considering using this one to do the baling with the quadrant baler, because we've done quite a bit with the John Deere so far. The Valtra, we've done a bit with that one. I know that one's not to everybody's tastes as well. So maybe we could do the baling with this one. I'll have a think about that. Let me know in the chat. Do you want me to do that or not? And then I want to go back to you. Right, now, this is the bit that I've been waiting for. Here we go. Right in here. And I'll bring that down there. Like that. Now, unload bales. How do we do this? I'm just going to press Y. Is it shove them forward, or does it push me forward? Right. Does require a bit of space there. It lifts that one up like that. Right, unload bales here. Unload. Ah, it's already no. Oh, I see. Right. I do need to drive forward as I'm doing this, because it doesn't like push them along. So you do have to physically drive yourself forward a bit as it does it. But that was fantastic. Like, it did do all of that properly. Like, and it pushed it back. But I had to drive the tractor forward. You notice that those bales were kind of bulging up. And I do wonder if we'd kind of if we'd left it there, would it have like tried to push them together? Would they have possibly catapulted up into the air? I could see that maybe happening, especially if you got them caught on something. But we've got our bales here, neatly stacked in the shed. Now you could obviously this is not the most efficient use of space when it's back in the shed, but you wouldn't necessarily use that particular trailer for doing this in the shed, would you? But it would be useful. You could put them out in a yard like that, and then you could come along and you could grab them up and you could stack them back in the shed. But more usefully for this one is the wrapped round bales, which is what you'd really want to be using it for. And you would take those wrapped round bales and you can line them up along the edge of the field. And that's kind of what you would do with them. And you know, we could just like stick them up here somewhere and place them there. It would generally be a very, very useful thing to use. So what we're going to do at the moment is we're just going to go and put this one over in the field so that when we do come back to doing a bit more baling, maybe in a future stream, we've still got this one here to use. I quite like the idea of being able to do a bit more with this one, so maybe we'll do a few more bales. I'm not quite sure. It depends how much more we do in here, because I'm very much aware that for live streams we don't want to spend all of our time doing the same thing. We'll use this tractor now to go and get the baler, and we'll bring that one back, and then we'll put that fence onto it. What's going on? Just going to have a look, and I'm going to see if there is anything I can read. I'm trying to read and drive. Definitely trying to read and drive again. Going around here. And up through there. Right. Bring that back through there like that. Okay, so we want to do the baling. And then we're going to have to come back and we're going to get that extractor. We've got about half an hour to go, haven't we? We're going to do this as quickly as we can. I want to be able to use that extractor. The only thing is we're going to need a loader to be able to use that one. Can I tow? That's a good thing, actually. We might be able to tow that extractor back with a front loader. That could be a little bit more interesting. Let's bring that one up through there. Because that's going to be the final thing that I want to do, is I want to use the extractor so that we've got a little bit of a bale, some of the bales in line. If we can get that bit done as well, that would be absolutely fan-schmastic. Completely done everything that I wanted to achieve in today's stream. That would be genuinely cool if we could do that. Just trying to see. Yeah, hang on. I'm also trying to have a drink as well. The Cornish Ants asking, what is your favourite social insect, to people in chat? I'll answer. See, I don't personally... You know, I actually meant to bring that Fent over here, didn't I? Right, let's just drop you there a minute. We'll go and get the Fent. You're doing fine. So I'll get you. Drop that one there like that. My personal favourite social insect, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I love ants, right? I really love ants. But I also really love honeybees. I used to keep honeybees. I kept honeybees for several years. Two reasons I don't anymore. One, I don't really have time. And two, I started to get... When you get stung by the bees, after a little while, getting stung from the bees, it makes no never mind you whatsoever. It doesn't really hurt anymore. It's a type of pain you get used to. And you get used to it really, really quickly. So that's not a concern. But no, whenever I got stung on my fingers, my whole hand started to like really swell up with it, and this becomes a bit of an issue, especially now with the job that I've got at the moment. If my hand swells up like that, I can't type, and that really then does start to become a very serious problem for me, which is another reason that I can't really keep bees now. I'd still like to. I do like bees. I'm not that fond of this baler. This baler does not have a very wide pickup compared to the other baler that we use, the square baler. Which one is it? It's no, I don't want to press escape. I want to go here. Compared to the Coon baler there, the actual pickup on this one is a little bit narrower, I think. Might just be because I've got really wide windrows, but I don't think it is. Well, I don't think it's just that. We're only going to do a few of these. We're only going to do a few so that we've got time to get that X-Tractor back here and get things going with it. So I'm just going to do around here and just sort of gather up these bits. And thinking we'll probably ditch the quadrant baler. Unless I can, like, go and alter the mod ever so slightly to make it, give it a slightly wider pickup. I don't like this. Definitely don't like this. I mean, well, I suppose it seems alright. It doesn't help that I'm using a tracked tractor to do this. I'm never very good at steering on these to start with. I always tend to oversteer with them. Because they seem a little bit more sensitive than normal ones. So it's just a tendency that I have to end up oversteering. Bring you back in here. But yeah, social insects. So I really love bees. But, I mean, I like all social insects. I was... last summer, I had to cut down a tree in my garden because it was a willow tree and it was attracting wasps. It was absolutely covered in aphids. There's hundreds, thousands of aphids all over this tree. And, of course, aphids, they drink the sap off the tree, and then when they drink the sap off the tree, they produce this liquid called honeydew. Ants actually farm aphids, and they defend them fiercely against any other predators because they drink the honeydew that the aphids produce. It's basically just the aphids poop. They poop out. They drink the sap, and then they poop out the sugars because they don't really consume all the sugars. And so the ants, they consume the sugars, but the wasps, they love it as well. And so this tree was covered with aphids, and it was always buzzing with thousands of wasps. Not really a major issue. I mean, it's not great because I've got kids running around the garden. But then along came the hornets. And I'm not talking about just small hornets. I'm talking about the giant European hornets, which is the largest hornet that is natural to Europe. Absolutely enormous great big beasties. And they started flying around the tree. Now, these don't generally bother you if you don't bother them. They will leave you alone at that time of year in the spring. The only issue is, later on in the year, like most wasps, the nests start to kind of fall apart, and all wasps, from about mid-August onwards, wasps will naturally become quite a bit more aggressive than they are earlier in the year. And that's when you're far more likely to be stung by a wasp at the end of summer than you are any other time of the year. And by the end of September, most of the wasps are dead. So it's that period when the nests are sort of breaking down and the social order of the nest is kind of falling apart. And it's during that time that wasps become increasingly aggressive. Now, if I've got these massive, great big giant hornets visiting my garden, flying around my kids and my nieces, who would come around and use our little paddling pool that we've got as well, later in the summer this becomes a serious problem because those things can produce some very, very nasty stings. So unfortunately I had to cut the tree down in order to get rid of all the hornets. But before I did, I had to kind of wait for them to stop flying around the tree. I wasn't going to go and cut the tree down while they're all flying around. So I'm out there in June, and I waited till it got dark, and then all the wasps, they'd kind of gone, and I'm still kind of hanging around, and these giant hornets are still flying. They were flying until nearly quarter to midnight, because they're so big that they've got a lot of their own heat, so the cold night air coming in doesn't bother them anywhere near as quickly as the other insects. That sort of gives you an idea of how big they are. Absolutely huge. That I was measuring well over an inch in length, an inch and a half in length on some of these hornets, and I was sat really close to the tree, and they were sort of just flying round me, going past me, going onto the tree. They were after the honey. They were after the honeydew on the aphids. They didn't care about me in the slightest. They were not interested in me. They didn't care at all. Whether or not I existed. You know, quite frankly, I was a little bit offended. Yeah, they were fine. It was absolutely brilliant. It was quite an experience. Just sat there watching these hornets going in. You know, that's not letting that bale come out. That's another thing that I now don't like about this class baler. Right, fine. Well, now what are you doing? If I do that... Okay, fine. We'll just do it like that and it'll push it through the... Okay, so I'm not a fan of this baler. It looks good, it does, but overall it's a mod that I'm not particularly fond of. And we're just going to bring that one down to there. And we're going to stop you like that. And let's just go and have a look. What are you doing at the moment? You are... I'm going to stop you right there. You can just stop now. And then we'll go to... Oh, no, I know what I was going to do. I know what I was going to do. We're going to go to the shop, and we're going to see if I can bring something back that will actually tow the... What do you call it that we got there? So I want a telehandler, and this is... I either want the Massey or... I like Manitou myself. I've used Manitou quite a lot, and I get on well with them, so we'll go with that one. He does have a rear hitch. Oh, she should buy that one. 98,000. We're going to want a telehandler for the yard, aren't we? So let's buy that one. Go back and back again. And then I'll go into there and I'll go to telehandlers. And... Alright, well, we'll go with the bale fork. We'll go with that one. And I'll buy that one as well. Yes. Okay. Now, the big question is... Oops, nope. Big question is, will it allow me to tow that extractor there with the telehandler, or am I going to have to do an extra trip? Hoping that it will let me just tow it. Just put the hitch onto there. It will. Oh, fantastic. Right, so that picks it up like that. That's nice and easy. We'll go the back route up through here. That is awesome. So we can use this, we can get it set up, and then we'll be able to get the extractor going, and that will start wrapping these bales. It should wrap the whole thing all in one go. That is brilliant. Derek James, I have a question on the Great Book of Names. My wife and I would like to make a joint contribution. Would that be able to add us both in as a family? Yes, of course. Absolutely. There's absolutely no problem with doing that whatsoever. Just message me the names that you want as a joint thing, and if that's what people want to do at any time, I'm more than happy for something like that to happen, because, you know, it's a family, isn't it? When I buy something, it's for myself and my wife. We both use it. I mean, generally speaking, you know, I'll use it or she'll use it, but it's still kind of a thing for both people, isn't it? So yes, it would happen. Yes, that's absolutely fine. There's no issues whatsoever with that at all. Lahaz. Oh no, please don't show the pink and yellow Valtra again. Some people really like the pink and yellow Valtra. Some people less than keen, it would seem. Some people just don't appreciate the glory that is the pink and yellow Valtra. I don't understand why. Why this intense dislike for the pink and yellow Valtra? What has the pink and yellow Valtra ever done to upset you? I don't understand. This makes no sense to me. So what we would do is something like, I think we would put it about here. So let's have a look. We've got controls right here. So we've got left control, start engine. And, right. Started the engine. Detach, select steering mode, all wheel steer. If I unhook that one now, like that, I've got steering mode on this one anyway. Okay, so we'll forget that one for a minute. And then I'll go over here. And now I'm on this one. So you don't sort of go... And this one does, in fact, drive round. Like that. So it'll bring that one up to there. Now, I would say that we want to go kind of up to about here, something like that. Let's do this. We want to unfold the bale wrapper. Like that. It puts the hitch in and it leaves it right there. There's nothing else that we need to do to it. Not at the moment, anyway. So we'll leave that one there and we'll leave it running. And we'll skip out and we will go over to you. Now, apparently, you can, once you load this one, you are able to use the items immediately. Right? It did say that somewhere in, I think it was in one of the dev things. It did say that you are able to use it immediately, which I think is brilliant. So we can go straight away and we'll be able to take some bales out. And it should be unwrap bales to take them out. So you bring this one over this side and you bring it up here. Now, I don't know how this works and how accurate you've got to be. Right, because we know... Ah, look. It's made the bale small. It's fantastic. Look. Ha ha ha. Dog Rocket. The Frithgar, the multiplayer server on Discord, is fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. I'm glad you enjoy it. Dog Rocket, by the way, is it spends quite a lot of time on that Discord server. Thank you for your support on here as well, Dog Rocket. That is just amazing. But he does. He does absolutely. Very close to Frithgar. My name is spelled Derek. Oh. Put that down there like that. Yeah, I see people are talking about the Valtra at the moment, and yeah, I like the Valtra. So this Anderson DLC, we've got this this X tractor up here. There is currently a competition running on my channel for the Anderson DLC as well. Right now, this is the bit. See, it pushes it up there, and then it goes on a little bit further, and it joins the next bit. This is brilliant. So, I mean, really, we want one of the other trailers. Have we got time to get? We have. Right. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this quick. So I'm not sensing a lot of love for this tractor. I'm sensing that people, you know, that there are one or two people that really would not like the idea of me using this tractor to go and get the one of the square bale collectors, so that we can go into the field very quickly and we can collect some stuff with the square bales, and then we can bring it back. I can't imagine why. Why would you not love this tractor? What has this tractor ever done to any of you? And yet, don't leave the bale spikes stuck up like that. That's just the right height for me to drive the front of my cab into and cause a horrible accident. We'd scratch the paint on our beautiful pink Valtra, and then people would be very upset. I tell you what, I would love to drive down the road in a tractor like this. I genuinely would. That would be absolutely awesome. Driving down the road in a Valtra like this, that would be so cool. Whoa. People would see me coming. People would definitely see me coming. There'd be no doubt about that. I would drive this tractor with pride, I would. There would be no shame in it whatsoever. I would do this with pride, ladies and gentlemen, with absolute pride. And on we go through here. We're going to get one of the other square bale collectors, not the standard one that we've had for a little while now. We're going to get one of the other ones, because they've got different ways of picking them up. One of them is actually designed for picking up wrapped square bales straight off the field. The other one is designed for picking up non-wrapped square bales straight off the field, because one of them's got spikes and one of them's got soft pads on the side, so that you sort of squeeze and pick them up. But yeah, it is pretty good. Why not get a green weight and call the tractor Skittles? I love that idea. I do. I love that idea. Right, ease in here a minute. Call it Skittles. Right, Derek and Amanda James, thank you for the awesome content and send much love. Thank you very much to the both of you. That is really appreciated. Thank you for that support. It is awesome. Have I gone too far? Wait a minute. Map. I got carried away again. A little bit carried away there. Very sorry. Very sorry. I got distracted. Very sorry, folks. Got distracted. My bad. Where am I supposed to be going? Definitely, you drove past it. People have already told me I've driven past it. Schnitzel. The people who don't like the Valtra don't have a sense of design. That's a little harsh. But anyway, you're entitled to your opinion, and thank you very much for your support as well. It's very much appreciated. Hang on a minute. That's why I pressed escape, because I wanted to look down here. So I want to find out where I'm supposed to be going. And at Excel Point Shop. I went way past. I went way past. There we go. Right, let's carry on up here. So, I'm going to run out of time at this rate. We need to go and get the square bale thing. We put 2 bales onto it. We have got 2 bales onto that thing now. And the crash. How did the crash happen? There shouldn't be any crashes. There should be no crashes. Blinded by the pink glare, Frith. Nobody's been blinded by the pink glare. You're all being mellow... I've gone past it again, haven't I? It's up here. I think you're all being a bit melodramatic. Quite frankly, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. This tractor is beautiful. Okay? You hear that, Skittles? Don't ever let them tell you that you're anything but beautiful. I think you're beautiful. I think you're absolutely wonderful. Now, we'll bring Skittles over here. I love this. Who was it that said we should call it Skittles? Whoever said we should call this one Skittles, you are on the money with this. Right, oops. I meant to press R. Right, there we go. Right, so then I press tab. We go to that one. We go to customize like this. And we go to... Do I want that? Or do I want a darker green? Right, excuse me a minute. I've got to cough and drink. Right. Okay, we've got... I'm liking this one. I'm liking this one right here. There. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ha ha ha. Skittles. There we go. Yes. Tyrone H said, get it green and call it Skittles. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Jimmy J, you wouldn't have missed the shop with any other colour. Well, I disagree. Noopy9, Frith, I gotta go. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for dropping by, sir. It has been a pleasure to see you again. We'll go to baling technology right here. And so now we've got the choice between these two, right? So you got that one right there. That takes 16 bales. So that's the same as the Arcuzan stacker over there. Ooh, excuse me. No, I got hiccups from drinking that drink. Yeah. This one here takes 14 bales. Thing is, this one here has got like a gentle squeeze on it, and you can actually pick up wrapped bales with this one. Whereas the other one, you can have a look at that. Right, that there has got spikes and stuff on it. I don't think this is meant for wrapped bales. Or has it got... Is it? Oh, maybe it is. I don't really know if this is meant for wrapped bales. Let's try this one. We'll try, because this one takes 16, the other one takes 14. I know that we probably don't even have that many bales, but we can still have a look at it. You see it working. I'm curious how this one works. And we come back onto there like that. Look at this. Look, Skittles. I love it. This is getting better. You know, the only thing that's really missing from this is the ability to colour the wheels different colours. If we could have each wheel a different colour, that would definitely be very cool. Right. Okay, we'll ignore all of that. VDub2, thanks for a brilliant stream. Got to go have fun. It was very cool to see you here. Thank you very much, sir. JC Gaming, I think it's blinding me. Upsala Hasemakstedt has said, can I please withdraw all of my thumbs up from last year because of Skittles? Really? Poor Skittles. So much hate. So much hate for poor Skittles. He can't help the way he was created, you know. He just can't help it. Mohammed Badawi, I will go now. See you later. Thank you very much for stopping by, sir. It's been a pleasure to see you as well. Right, so our very last task for the stream is to go and take this little bad boy right here. We go and grab a few of these bales. We'll stack them up in front of our X-Tractor, and then we will get them... You know, I can turn those beacons off. And then we'll start stacking them in with our loader right there. Put them in, and we'll make our sort of long line of stuff. So it should just be, press B and unfold that one like that. If we have any other options, left control B. Oh no, that's for the tractor. Nope, it's literally just press B. So this is going to be exactly the same as the other. And you would go along and you'd grab it like that. That squeezes hold of it. It picks it up and it drops it in like that. and then it pushes it forward like that. Now, how does it move? Is that moving on chains or is it moving on a slider? See, I think that this one is not suited to picking up wrapped bales, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure one of them is suited to picking up wrapped bales and one of them isn't. The thing that I want to find out is this. Okay, well, I'll ignore that bale. Because we know that, you know, in-game, it does generally make it easier to do. Can we? Yes, you can. So it doesn't matter what angle you go to go into the bale. Obviously, in real life, you would need to go into the bale's end on. But here, you can just do it like that. This is definitely a bit slower than picking up the, with the other one. What is it? The Artisan. It is definitely a bit slower than picking up with the Artisan, but it still seems to work quite nicely. And if I go and get that one there, and then I'll get one more. So we'll just take these 8. We'll just take the 8 of these. 101. Did I buy this thing? Did I accidentally buy this one instead of leasing it? Oh, no. I bought the Manitou, didn't I? Yeah. Right. Okay. So we just press B on there like that, and then I'm going to put that one to about there, I think. So now we should be able to... Right, so I press Y like that. It spreads out at the bottom end, and then that top comes up, holds onto it like that. That slides down through there, and it squeezes and pinches the ends. This definitely doesn't look like it's handling these bales softly enough to be able to be picking up wrapped bales. Right? I don't think in real life this would be a wrapped bale machine. It might be that both of the square bale ones are not designed for wrapped bales at all. It might be that it's only that round bale one we use for doing the straw is actually designed for that. So we're going to put that one down there. And Skittles is going to have to take a break. So there we go. There's Skittles. He's done well. He's done very well today. And I'm loving this idea of having the green weight on it as well and calling. So that tractor is now and evermore called Skittles. It's brilliant. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And we will bring this over here. So first up, we will take 2. We've done 1 bale. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's just make sure it's running. It's not running. So I need to go on here. Start you up. And... Right, so unload bales. So that would finish the job. If I just press the unload bales, it would finish the job and then it would leave them. But we want to try and put these into a run. So we've done 1 bale at a time. So now we're going to grab 2 bales and we're going to see what it does with that. Just to see if we can, like, if you can drop 2 bales into it at once, how does it do it? How does it handle this? What's it going to do with a second bale? Oh. I put the bale over the top, so you don't actually have to get it very accurate. Like that, it's pulling that one back. Lower that down. About now. Let me just bring you out a bit. You can dump the bale in fairly roughly. Next test on this one, just to see how this works. So it's now going out onto, it's now reached the ground point. This is kind of the crucial bit. So we're going to take that one there like that. And we're going to bring it over this way. So we want to see how this works from a gameplay point of view now. So someone who's not very good with the loader and just wants to do this job quickly, can you drop it in from the side like this? Can I bring it up? And literally, you can. Okay, you don't have to... okay, and it pushes the whole thing forward like that. So you don't have to be particularly accurate with your driving in any way. So those of you who are really not very good with the loaders or anything like that, or you just literally can't be bothered with doing it, you don't... Accuracy is not required. Accuracy is surplus to requirement. So we can literally just bring it in and dump it off the side over here. Let's try that again, and this time I'm going to do it like that. And again, it's pushing that whole thing forward. It's doing it. It's come straight off the side. Just like that. Right. Next test. We're going to take 3 bales this time, because I can pick up 3 bales with this. We struggle with picking up 4 bales, but 3 we should be alright with. There. And we'll see how this works. Now, is this going to overload it? Is this going to cause a problem? Trying to put 3 bales in. And then we'll bring that up to here. That. Right. Okay, I'm putting three bales in together. That was actually a little bit more of a struggle to get those to sit in there properly. And I suspect if I dump these 2 in together, that's also, it's not going to particularly like it. I can come down there like that. Because it took the bottom bale off. Alright, well, we're going to try this. We'll put 2 bales in, and we'll see what it does when you put 2 bales in. We've done that like that. Now, it's definitely making it glitch a little bit. But it has eventually got there. So there's a little bit of glitching with it, with having 3 bales there in a line. And it didn't particularly like that. But overall, it's still pretty good. And we'll get this last bale in. We'll just dump this last bale in, and then we'll pick them up. Can you pick up the line of bales with them wrapped? I don't believe you can pick up the line of bales at all once they're wrapped. I think, why is that jumped out? Pick that up like that. Pick that up like that. Right. As far as I know, you can't move the whole line. But what you do is... Right, see, there. It started to move it a bit. Right, we bring that one over to there. We'll jump out, and then it gets to that point like that. So you've got this line of bales that are laid out onto the ground. Now, these do look shorter than the standard bale when you put them in. There's a reason for that. When you're actually making square bales for silage, you don't make them the same length you do with hay and straw. You normally make them at half the length, because the bales are just too heavy otherwise. And it would be very, very unusual to see the bales actually full length. So it's quite a realistic thing to see that. So now I press R like that, and that will fully unload the whole thing, and it's doing it all automatically as well. It's pushing out all the way down like that, right the way out the bottom, a full extension on there. And I'm hoping now if I press fold, I won't need to move at all in order to be able to fold it up. So that one goes all the way back there, and then I fold like that, and the hitch goes just out the front. It did stick into the bale a little bit, but overall that's pretty awesome. Okay, so we'll bring that one back there, and this will work with round bales or with square bales. So we'll stop you there, and right, I'm just going to jump off of that. Right, so the next thing we will just bring. Right, I'm looking at there, object too heavy. Cut. Ah, right. Okay. Now, looking in the middle, I can't do anything. But I can cut open the bale on one end. See, I've got R cut open the bale. So, first up, what we're going to do is you want to see if we can move it. So, we're going to go along this way, and can you pick up the line of bales? That is our next task, is we're going to just drop this one down, and we're going to go right into the middle of the line of bales, and we're going to see what it does. So I'm going to go into here. It's saying 8,000 litres of silage. They're joined together. They're all joined together. All right, let's move it. That bit, okay. It's not allowing me to. It's oh yes. Oh, that is fantastic. I love it. I love this. Apparently, we have the strongest film wrap known to man. So you can pick them up and you can move them around, but realistically, you would not be able to do that, right? That is not something that you can do in real life. I can promise you that. That is awesome. I genuinely love that. Right, so we press R and we open the end of the bale. Ah, look. Wait a minute. Look at this. Look at this. Right. So we've now got a bale of silage down here, right? I opened the end of the bale, but you've actually got to physically go and do that for each bale. You have actually got to physically do that for each bale. It's still saying 4,000 litres. The bale is smaller. It's a smaller bale now, right? But we've now actually got silage that we're carrying around. An opened bale of silage that we're carrying around. And that is pretty wicked. That is pretty cool. And I come up to this end right here, and it's all stuck back together. So we've got to open those manually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go up to here. Now, I'm saying cut open the bale, and I'm going to go to there, cut open. Right, so I can cut open the bale to the second bale. There, like that. So I can actually cut open a couple of bales. So, last quick couple of things that we want to do on this stream. So we're going to get a couple of bales like that, and we're just going to make sure that it does operate normally like silage. So we can pick those up there. That works absolutely fine. There's no different now. I would assume that the game itself wouldn't allow these bales to go bad. I don't have any cows at the moment, but it might let me just dump a bale in there. There's one other thing I want to do. I'm going to find out where I... Hang on a minute. Oh, no, I think we might be in luck with this. What's that? Farm silo. Southview's barn. Ah. The sell point for the bales is there. Southview's barn, isn't it? Here. This is sell point for bales. And that's where we've got to sell silage as well. I wanna see if the wrapped line will sell as a wrapped line. It's the only other thing that I want to do. We've got Southview's barn. Yes, right. Okay, so we want to go to you right there. Right, no, I don't care about those. I don't care about those. We'll worry about them later. There's one thing that we want to do. We want to get that wrapped line of bales to Southview barn, and we want to sell it. And that is the last thing we're going to do in this stream. So I'm loving this DLC. I'm absolutely loving this DLC. This is quite possibly the... You know, we've had several different DLCs come out from Giants over the years, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say this is probably the best DLC that they have so far produced. I'm very, very impressed with this. Oh, this is brilliant. I am loving this. Right, we're bouncing our way along now. This is awesome. I just want to see if we can get these bales over to the sell point. You know what I'm going to do? While I'm holding it up in the air like this, right, just to see if we can make this a little bit easier. If I go like that, press, slice one off the end, off of that side. Now I got two out each side. Right, that's a little bit more balanced. Yeah, so we'll leave one bale behind. And we can take 6 bales here at once. So that's 24,000 litres of silage. I'm going to take them over to the barn, and we're going to see if we can sell all 24,000 litres all in one go. We'll go up this way, and we'll go along our back road, our shortcut up through there. Yes, this is completely, totally unrealistic. I'm not supposed to be doing too much unrealistic on this map, but I can't help it. No, just this one. We're just going to put it. We could put them all onto a flatbed trailer as well if you wanted to. Again, it's not realistic. You would, once you've got these lines laid out in your field, you wouldn't go moving it, right? You put it, you wrap these lines, these long sausages of bales, you wrap them where you want to store them. You can't move them in real life without ripping all the plastic open, right? It doesn't happen. So in real life, once they're wrapped, that's where they stay. You don't move them, you don't change places, you don't do anything like this. But in-game, you do now have an option. If you get this DLC, you do have an option for moving more quantities of silage bales around, should you wish to, and you don't mind playing outside the boundaries of realism. Don't forget that I actually have a giveaway running on the channel right now for a copy of this Anderson DLC. There are actually 3 copies up for grabs, so you can go along and you can help yourself to one of those copies, if you're fortunate enough to win, that is. Make sure that you follow the instructions in the video. I've already seen a few people who've put the wrong hashtag in, or spelled it wrong. Spelt it wrong, I suppose. Spelled or spelt? I don't know. I'm not very good either way. Just copy what I put. That's all you've got to do. I can't make exceptions. It doesn't matter if you've got it very nearly. If you want a chance to win, you make sure you get it spot on, or you won't have a chance to win. I want to go to... Do I open? Ah, there. Right, that one's going into there. So, thank you very, very much to everybody that has turned up for the stream tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic to see you all here. I've really enjoyed this stream. I've really enjoyed looking at this DLC as well. And here we go, all 6 bales, sorry. Right in, there we go, look at that. Right, there's a few of them, and then those 2 right there. We've got another one over here that's unwrapped itself. That one we can sell as well. So it does, you can put them all onto, can you load all the line? Right, how to win the DLC, go and watch the DLC video and it will tell you how to win. I will be doing a draw for the video next Wednesday, the day after the DLC is released. I'll be doing a draw for the thing then. But anyway, we won't be moving the bales around like that anymore. Well, certainly not on this playthrough, and certainly not on anything that I'm trying to do anything realistic, because that is an absolute break of realism, that is. But that's all we got time for. Hang on, I've got a cough before I can wrap this up. Right, sorry about that. So like I said, that is all we've got time for. So thank you very much to absolutely everybody that has come along and watched. Thank you very much to everybody that's donated. If you're not already in the Great Book of Names, you will be added to the Great Book of Names. It may not show up on the website for a few weeks, but you are now in the Great Book of Names. Do not fear. You are now added to the book. I will put it into my copy of the book that I got right beside me here on my desk. Thank you very much to the moderators for doing all of your hard work, moderating behind the scenes and keeping things on the straight and narrow. It has been absolutely awesome of you all. You can come along to our Frithcord on Discord and you can join in with things on there. There's details about the Book of Names in there. And there is also the all the details you need for joining the FS19 server that is now live. 10-man server that you can come along and you can join. Let's go and grab that bale down there a minute. You can come along and join our 10-man server and you can play a little bit of farming. I don't go on there very much myself. Well, I'd say very much. I very rarely go on to it myself. But don't let that put you off. There's a lot of people that do go on there and they have a lot of fun. It is a huge amount of fun to be had on there. So I do strongly recommend that you come along and at least give it a go. You might like it. I think we've got to feed the animals. We'll worry about cows another time. Maybe when we come back on here. Our next FS19 live stream is going to be, if all goes well, a multiplayer live stream exclusively for those people who are in the Great Book of Names. It won't be everybody. You will need to be on the Discord to be able to join that one the first time round. We'll see about changing that later on, but for the first one, you will need to be on the Discord so that we can discuss what's going to happen, that sort of thing beforehand, and then we will move on to alternative arrangements another time. But certainly to start with, that's how it's going to have to happen. But yeah, that's all we got time for. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.